is 20 minutes more.
Ish. Yes. Yes. We've been doing this for ages. I managed to get it right twice now. So, we're on everything's coming up, Millhouse. Welcome to 20 Minutes More, folks. This is our post-show chat where we're a little bit more relaxed because everything's quite intense during the show. James, it was your first show. How'd you find it, man? Did you enjoy it?
Well, I quite loved it. As I said, I messaged you a couple of days ago. I was like, I can't sleep. Just pure excitement. I was like, I'm not even on the show tonight. It's in 2 days' time. It's like, it's not making any sense.
Oh, that's that we're getting something right, because so it does sometimes feel like a bit like kid at Christmas, doesn't it? When you've got like a really good show.
It does.
Because literally right before today's show, I was doing a show with Scottish Falsetto sort of Puppet Theatre, who I don't know if you've seen those guys about, but if you do see a show with them on, absolutely go and watch it because they are fucking hilarious. That it's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, definitely go and watch them. And obviously this week had yours truly on, so always worth going to have a little watch of that, because I've got a hilarious set. If I do say so myself, I've got a hilarious set at the moment, folks. So guys, how you doing? It's been a little while since you were last on, Heather.
Yeah.
How you been keeping?
I'm keeping good. I'm really close to graduating university, which is exciting. I don't know. I'm trying to find part-time work at the moment, just like your basic level stuff, and I'm applying for more like career-y type stuff. And like it's so painful writing a cover letter for a minimum wage job. I went to an interview for Malmaison, and it's horrible. That's the worst type. That's where like wannabe rich people go. It's like just fancy Holiday Inn. And I just got grilled by 2 immaculately dressed men who just grilled me from the end of a long table and they just spent 10 minutes talking to me. We have so many applicants for this role. And I asked how much does this role pay? Because you said competitive on the advert. Minimum wage? I'm like, how is that competitive? Again? What, like the government, like law, like it's competitive. I don't know. I was like, there's a lot to unpack here.
It's minimum wage, but we expect you to work 100 hours a week, so it does make pretty good pay. And
I was like, what's your favorite part about working here? Because that's like a good interview question to ask. And they were like, oh, here we're like a family. And I was like, oh god, so that means that like you're not gonna you just have to do shit just cause you're not gonna be compensated for your time. You just have to help out whenever. Have you seen how dysfunctional? I'd much rather have a professional workplace than a family. Yeah. So
yeah. I found the end of uni it was pretty terrifying. I went to one of those graduates training, the graduates employment days.
Yeah.
And I turned up I wasn't I didn't own a suit, right? Yeah. So I literally bought a blazer, right? Yeah. And I just had a pair of trousers and a jumper with a shirt on. I thought I looked pretty nice. I turn up there and they're just like, "Is that what you've worn?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, don't I look all right?" And they're just like, "Have you not done anything with your hair?" I was just like, "No. Why should I have done?" And then I was just watching all of these immaculately dressed posh boys, all from Chelsea, walking through in their £500 suits, and I'm wearing this £20 thing I bought from Primark on my way in, just I think I'm probably going to go. I'll just have a day in London, if that's all right. I just wandered off and spent a day wandering around the parks of London and enjoying that. It was much nicer than getting a job. It really was.
Job fairs are amazing. I just pretend that I'm interested in working for GlaxoSmith so I can get a cool ass water bottle. That's and fill it. All my pens for the year done. Keychains done. Stress balls, you bet you. Everything. That's coming with me.
Courtney, how you been? Because it's not been a while. It's not been long since you were on. You're only on the other week, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's normal stuff. Just hanging in there. We're opening up a little bit more here. More people are getting vaccinated. I don't know. I have my second shot coming up next weekend, and I kind of have mixed feelings. I told myself I'm going to give myself probably a month before I try to get back out there and start taking on live in-person shows again. It's interesting. I don't know how to feel. Like I kind of like performing with no pants on in my room. You know, I love it. Like I love that if you bomb, you can just quickly go run and lay in your bed. Like it's right there. You know, I'm gonna miss that part. Like that's an aspect that I'm like, I gotta figure out how to bring that on the road with me. Like I need why you have this bed, Courtney, just in case it doesn't go right. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know how you feel though. Like I booked my first gig. Like this is my first like proper paid gig and stuff, right? I'm booked with MC 3 nights in Brighton Fringe Festival. Proper excited about it. Also, like shitting myself that like I won't have performed anything live for like ages. Yeah, and like what I have been doing recently, because like all my live stuff I found didn't work on Zoom. So I had to like totally reorientate myself to working on Zoom. So now I've got this like PowerPoint presentation and shit that I do. And I was like, now I've got to take that into a live setting. I need to practice that before I get there. I feel you, man. I'm like, panicking a bit. Like I want to just try and get to as many gigs as possible once things open up, though. I can't, and I go crazy without gigs to do. Like I really do.
Yeah.
I end up buying, as I showed you, I end up buying a steering wheel for my PlayStation and spending 4 hours a day just driving around the same track. I can do a race at the weekend. I lose my mind. I don't know how you guys have handled it.
No, it gets depressing. It's like I find it hard to write without a show to write for. So that's why it's really great to have opportunities like this. Especially it's great to make jokes about external things as well, like the news. And so I need to challenge myself more with stuff like that. But no, I find it, I just get really sad. I get really sad with no in-person validation. You know what I mean? It's hard.
Yeah.
The ego is slipping a bit. It's not okay.
The other thing that's been worrying me was when I was gigging a lot, I was coming up with material a lot, and there was always something I was working on, like a bit of material that I was like, and most of it never came to anything, but there was always something I was working on. And like the other day, I was putting the Tupperware away, and I was like, you could do a bit of material about putting the Tupperware away because it's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I was like, I've got a bit, and I like skipped around the house. Like, I've got a bit. Like, yeah, like went up and wrote down the title of my bit on a bit of paper, and then like went off and was like, I got to think about my bit for a bit, and it was so exciting to actually have a thing to write again.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting on stage again. Definitely looking forward.
I went out. I experienced that. I went out and did a little bit of the Uber deliveries. I didn't drive a person. I just delivered food. And I'll never forget getting out. And I've probably been out, I shit y'all not, 10, 15 minutes at the most. And I'm at an intersection getting ready to turn. And then these ideas that started populating in my brain instantly. And it was like as if when I left the house and started doing normal things, my joke brain came back, because when I was at home for like 6-7 months before, I kind of I could get some little ideas, but nothing that made me giggle. I literally had to pull over and jot down these ideas because I was laughing so hard because of them.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. Like it's just the walking around and like things like that makes a real big impact on being able to write jokes and stuff. I find it's a really big thing. Okay, so guys, this is 20 Minutes More. Now, in 20 Minutes More, we always play the same game because it's one of our favorites. We play alternative opinions. And as always, I've taken an opinion piece from The Guardian. They have such a wonderful array of ludicrous opinion pieces for us to get our teeth into. This one, this week, ladies and gentlemen, in alternative opinions. Everyone loves an alternative fact, but we here love an alternative opinion. We're going to manipulate people's opinions to be about ludicrous things. So I'm going to give my comedians a headline from an opinion piece. I've deleted some of the words. Can they fill in the blanks? Our article this week, whence I've shared the screen again, which, you know, as you'll see, if you watched last week's show, super professional with that, guys. Smashing it with the old share screen. Here we go, which will be this. Blank are out for Britons this year. But is that such a bad thing? What could be the missing word?
Being passive aggressive cunts is out for Britons this year. Is this such a bad thing? Being really getting really loud and annoying when it ticks over 15 Celsius. That's such a bad thing. Get rid of that. Don't know.
American strains are out for Britons this year, but is that such a bad
Um, I was going to say wankers are out for Britain this year, but then obviously you did say cunt, so I was like, that's basically you've nicked what I was going to kind of go.
Oh, I don't know. Is there a difference between wankers and cunts? I feel like there's a distinct difference between wankers.
Yeah, a cunt is more severe. I
Oh.
think.
Yeah.
Wanker, 100%.
All right, wankers are out for Britain this year, but
Excellent.
is that such a bad thing?
Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at what the answer was. As that was a raging game. Here we go. Just let it load up. Here we go. Yes, as we start to enjoy new freedoms, we can't risk COVID coming back home. So this year, it could be a holiday exploring Britain. But will that be such a bad thing, doing a holiday in the UK? Guys, what do we reckon? You a fan of a UK holiday, Heather or James?
It's debatable. We'd barely get the weather. That's the only downfall about it. Although theme parks and that, getting pissed. Sniffing cocaine off the dog's bollocks. I don't know, some sort of random shit like that.
I think, yeah.
Go on, Heather.
I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I think you can definitely have fun in England. That's why we spend most of our time in the summer, drinking because we just love being here. We love it, so happy. This article was really interesting because it basically implied that like it takes one person going on holiday to fuck things up for an entire country. And that really stressed me out because I was like, this pandemic has made like normal behavior is now only accessible to rich people. So the Kardashians had a massive Halloween party and they defended themselves by saying they tested all the guests. Like, who has money for like 100 COVID tests? And it's like if you don't want to spread any new virus, like British people are a strain within themselves, honestly. So just keeping them out of other countries is probably a good thing. But yeah, whatever. Like, if you're going to get a fine for going on holiday, I'm not sure how they're going to enforce this, because if there's a fine system, if you're rich, that's just the cost of going on holiday. So I don't know. We'll have to see how they approach this. But 100% people are going to go abroad. People are going to go abroad, and we're all going to be jealous. 100%. It's going to be Dubai 2.0.
Because me and my family, we always holidayed in the UK. Yeah, our first holiday abroad was when I was 18, and we went to Turkey. Yeah, it was the first time we went abroad as a family. Every year it was down to Cornwall, it was to Wales, and you might get the odd day of bad weather, but generally it was really lovely, actually. Right? And I think people are too down on the UK. I think it's a great place to have your holidays. Courtney, having said that, you're already in America, right, yeah, which is a fucking great place to have your holidays, surely. Yeah, so like, do people in America, like, I guess you don't have this kind of thing, like, where people are like, oh, it's good people are staying at home for their holidays in America.
Y'all get holidays?
Yeah.
We just work. Like, it's not really I get it, but I'm just like listening to y'all, like, what's normal? I was like, shit, going to work. Like, I did a job. I worked with kids, so I worked the after school stuff. And whenever people were doing holidays, that's when my business picked up. And so summer, winter, spring break, that's when I was kicking ass and making money. And then during the regular school year, that's also when I was kicking ass and making money. So I just worked. A holiday to me was closing my eyes for a second. I could feel it. I imagine. Yeah, I self-actualized, so that's what we have. And the Kardashians, though. Yeah. Kardashians.
American holidays are so weird because you have so many of them, but then you don't take a lot of time off to celebrate them. So I'm trying to think. American holidays you made up. You guys have like Thanksgiving. You guys have baby showers, which are like slowly becoming a thing in England. I don't approve of this trend. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's just weird. I'm trying to think of other American holidays that you guys have that we don't. I don't know.
The Americans are really obsessed with St. Paddy's Day, aren't you?
Yeah,
Like,
which
They get really excited
more
about it.
obsessed than us.
Oh,
Yeah.
bitch, right, yeah. I'll tell you a great little story, right? Yeah? I've just moved in with an Irish person, right? Yeah, and she got a package from Ireland, right, which had an Irish magazine, which is the single most Irish thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, like the front picture, yeah, was like a painting of like gods and saints and stuff. Right, yeah, like that was on the front cover of a magazine about Ireland. Yeah, and on the back, like like where everyone like usually like in the UK, like we send in like our angry letters to the editor and things like that, right? Yeah, and they put it in and like all the lonely hearts bit. People had sent in prayers.
Oh, wow.
How incredibly Irish was that? But they had an article in there where they were like, I mean, this is how behind the times Ireland is. They had an article in there commemorating the first time that LA had a St. Paddy's Day march, which was like in the 60s or something. And it was just like, what? Who decided that this was the article that they were going to write? Like, how little news can be going on that you go, they had in the 60s, they had a St. Paddy's Day march in LA. I'm going to do an article about that.
That's funny.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Okay. So here's a question then. What's like, Courtney, what would you say is the most quintessentially American thing that you've seen?
Racism.
You must have seen like loads of little instances of people in the back of your Uber. What's like the most
It is. I mean, they say what's American culture? It's separating people by how they look. Like it's legit. I wish that was a joke. That's just honesty at its core. Division. Kicking people out of down, seeing somebody going through it and turn a blind eye to it. What can I do? How many superlatives can I knock out before the show ends? You know what? Here's one. Figuring out a way to make something somebody else's fault / problem. Shedding the blame.
I think you know what? I think that is like a pretty worldwide like political thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, I agree that like because we have that here in the UK. Like everything is like every time there's something terrible happens, there's a big investigation into it, which basically kicks the answer 2 years down the road, and then 2 years later they just go, "Oh, yeah, it wasn't our fault. That thing that was really bad, and everyone was angry about." And like,
right.
I mean, we just did a few weeks ago how they're still replacing cladding from the Grenfell disaster, which killed apparently like 74 people. But there was somewhere like over 150 people who were unaccounted for afterwards. Yeah. And we're supposed to believe that, it's like it was all this company's fault. Like the government could have done like stricter regulations and shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, and they could be working harder on it. The show always descends into anger at the government. Who else wants to have a go at the government?
No, well, kind of the government. It's like it's so annoying. These investigations into like who fucked up. If you want an investigation into who fucked up, work in fast food, and a customer comes with a fucked up order, they're going to trace back all the way through that line, find out who fucked up, and then yell at you. So if that can be done in like a tiny KFC, if that can be done in a KFC kitchen, it can be done in government. Everything is a process.
I love this. Instead of like the Leveson report and like the McPherson inquiry, we'll have like Linda from KFC report. They did it, right? Because I traced it back, right? And she was working on that till when the order went through, right? Yeah. Clearly, I fucking found it.
Till login. We've done a key check on your till login and blah blah blah. You're the FBI.
Yeah.
I love it. I love working in fast food because there's like two types of managers. So the people there who just do not give a shit, and then there are the people who run it like it's the Navy. Like they are just honest, you do not give a fuck. And I respect you have to have that attitude. Because if you're there, but everybody there is like, oh, I'm here, like everyone, I'm on minimum wage, I can't be bothered, blah blah blah. No, you have to run that shit like the Navy because I can't explain it. Like I've seen, like you just have to. Be that strict.
You can't have people. You can't have people getting down on it. Right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a really, really wonderful couple of shows that we've done. If you haven't seen last week's show yet, please do go back and watch last week's episode of the 27-minute comedy hour. It was really bloody hilarious, and the news isn't that old yet, so you should still get all the jokes. In the meantime, guys, where can we catch up with all of you guys? Where can we see what you guys are up to in the future?
Well, for example, I'll be doing a solo show in Sheffield, hopefully when the pandemic is over.
Oh, exciting.
So it's obviously going to be a tribute show as well, because I lost my dad the week before Christmas. So it's going to be like a solo show / also, I'm going to also do it like partially a talk show. It's going to be like a 4-hour solo show for that kind of reason. So 2 hours of material and 2 hours of a talk show. And I'm also working on a project that I've got pretty much most of the actors sorted. I've directed, written, and I'm also acting in the show too.
Nice.
So fingers crossed, hopefully in a few years' time, it could get picked up by Netflix. Not saying it will, but hopefully.
No, you got to manifest it. Manifest it. Speak into it.
Yeah, excellent. Where can we catch it in the meantime? Where it's going to be going on YouTube? Who knows? I'm not sure. We might have lost James. Okay. Anyway, Heather, where can we find you?
No, I'm here.
I'm not up to a ton. It's just at Emo and Denial on TikTok for comedy and at Emo and Denial on Instagram for outfits and cute stuff. So and the occasional memes as well. I've been enjoying making those lately.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'll have to keep an eye out so we can include some in the show.
Yeah.
Courtney, what about you, man?
You can find me on Instagram at I am simply Courtney. That's literally I am and then simply Courtney SYMPLY COURTNEY. Misspelled like my joke said. I have a monthly show that I host online on Twitch called The Callback. That's stand-up comedy, and I get comics from all over the world to perform. That's every other Friday, so I guess it's bi-weekly. At 10 o'clock American time here, Central American time, if that's even a damn thing. I just made it up if it isn't. And then other than that, man, I actually have a show after this, but that's a weird thing because, okay, so what time is it where y'all are at? I guess if y'all
it's about half. I mean, it's 10:30 right now.
Yeah. What time is it with you? I've been wondering
it's
that.
It's 3:34. Yeah, it's 3:34 p.m. It's in the afternoon. So I have a show at 8 o'clock here. So in another 5 hours, I have a second show of the day. And so I don't know, whatever time it is there.
Which is the thing, because all you Americans can come in and invade our shows, but we have to stay up to like 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Right. I hate that.
Like, screw you, man. Like, I'm not doing that.
I feel so bad because I booked somebody, I think, recently, and I had to think about this. Oh, shit. Like, it's 3 o'clock where she's at. And so I felt so blessed that she came on. But it's so weird because I did a show over in, I think it was in Kuala Lumpur. And the show, I shit y'all not, it was, I think it was 5 a.m. our time. I told jokes at 5 a.m. our time, and that's only the second earliest show I've ever done in my life. And I was just like, the show was over with. Like, I don't know if y'all do this. I'll shut up in a sec. But you try to hang around and be respectful and listen to all the other performers. Y'all, I was so tired that I put my headphones in and I just laid on my bed with the screen off. And I'd listen. And then if somebody said something to me, I'd like have to, hey, yep. You know, because I was just like, I wanted to be respectful, but it was one of the most excruciating things ever because your bed's right here. You know, I'm like, I could go to sleep and nobody will know, you know, but that's what I got going on. Nice meeting y'all, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heather, I had to put on my chain. I had to put on my chain like you. I see that.
I was like, is that
yeah. Have you been buying any crazy shit recently, Heather? Have you got any more crazy shit for the Like, you always got something mad to show us. Little spiky
Uh,
cushions and shit that you lay down on.
okay, give me
Okay.
give me 1 second.
Oh, so she's preparing for something big.
She has
In the
some.
meantime, then I'll plug myself for a bit. 14th of May, everyone. I'm going to be in So You Think You're Funny, right? Yeah. Now, I know some of you will be going, "Oh,
Whoa.
he's done more than 12 shows," but I actually applied last year when I had only done 12 shows, and they've given me a spot for this year. There wasn't none last year. So I'm on So You Think You're Funny. 14th of May. Please come and watch and vote for me and shit.
Yay!
That's my big gig coming
That's
up.
incredible. That's so sick.
Yeah, isn't it? Really exciting.
It's
But
funnily
all
enough
online,
that
but
just
then we'll
reminded me
have
of something.
Oh.
Right, you've just reminded me of something there because I applied twice for the Fringe. Obviously, 2019 I had to drop out last second due to a family issue, and then last year due to the coronavirus. And I was also meant to be in Montreal to do the Just for Laughs, and obviously that also due to the coronavirus. And I was also meant to go to New York in November to perform at the Dangerfields nightclub. That would have been awesome, but sadly Corona hit again, so I'm gonna have to try and wait until that all
a right bastard
slowly
for all
builds
the
up.
people who
Yeah.
had stuff lined up. Right.
How
Also,
long
I forgot to say earlier.
I was gonna say, how long have you been doing stand up for?
Me, I basically started basically the week before, well, sorry, 2 weeks before my 9th birthday, so that was 2007.
Oh,
And I'm
fine.
23 next Friday. So
Cool, nice.
Well trained.
Okay.
and also I was going to say for earlier, because I forgot to say that.
Oh yeah.
If I've got a like page on Facebook, if you want to catch my Instagram, I've got two, and that's James Waugh, the comedian, and James Waugh, impressionist. And then I've also got my TikTok, which is obviously James Waugh comedy.
Get it?
Word up. All right,
Hit
Heather,
all the
quickly. What object have
Okay.
you got this week?
It's just
Oh,
so
do you
basically,
get a project?
it's a little baby projector, and it's powered by a power bank. So it's like
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Yeah,
so
it is
cool.
And
Is it a good one? Is it what?
It,
Like,
yeah,
is it...
on my level, the quality isn't amazing, but it was like
Okay.
£20 from AliExpress. So, but on my level, when that boat got stuck in the canal, I was like, "Fuck, my AliExpress, my wish why is fucking stuck? God, like you know, what I mean? I was fucking stressing, but we have it now. So yeah, it's cute. It's cute. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
Because I'm going to buy a projector for when everything comes back and be that annoying dick who turns up to the open mic night like, I've actually got a projector. Is there somewhere I can set it up?
yeah, this would be a great one for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I want to try and like get one that I can like build into the stand, so I can just set it up anywhere. You know what I mean? Like just have it like pointing directly down. It'll work. It worked in my head anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. This has been 20 minutes more. Big thanks as always to Dan Lyth. Big thanks to Mike Hall for doing our artwork and music. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Heather Elizabeth, we had James Waugh, and we had Simply Courtney. Thank you so much, guys. Until next week, goodbye.
Peace out.
Hey.
Need to find the mouse so I can end the broadcast, but I don't know where it is.